General Manager of the gambling operator Kindred Group, which includes brands such as 32 Red and Unibet. Neil, welcome to you. Do you accept that there's a need for tougher regulation?
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for having me. So look, we really welcome the white paper today. We support the ambitions to bring the regulatory environment into the digital age. And obviously we wait to see the full details of it later today. But, we obviously are expecting a comprehensive set of reforms, and we look forward to continuing to contribute into the debate to help this impact customers in the best way, but also to ensure the UK is as safe as it possibly can be for those customers.
There's a punchy piece by Lucy Fraser in the Times today. She says gambling companies are exploiting addicts and disproportionately hitting poorer communities. What's your response to that?
Yeah, look, our business model is rooted in sustainable play. We're a listed business and we are heavily incentivized that our financial results are sustainable. And so, our investors expect us to deliver sustainable financial results, and they expect us to have a meaningful sustainability agenda. So we're working very hard on that. As a business, we've been public now for a couple of years with our journey towards zero, which is our ambition to achieve 0% of the revenue from high-risk behaviours. We've made strong progress on that. We're down to 3%, but that clearly indicates there's still progress for us to make, but it's a journey that we're very committed to. We share our progress and we welcome collaboration and contribution from anyone that can help us on that journey.
Can you live with a maximum stake on online slot machines?
Yes, I also think it's really important here that we acknowledge that we're not starting from a standing start on some of these issues. So we have been trialling maximum stakes on our slots over recent months and quarters. We've been trialling even more sophistication than that, where we can have different slot limits depending on the profile of the product and the profile of the customer. And so we're actually starting to build up a lot of data now that's going to be hugely valuable, I think, for us to contribute into consultations around things like slot limits for moving forward.
It is the case, though, isn't it, with some of these online games, the rapidity of these games mean that you can lose a lot of money very, very quickly, far more rapidly than you can in a physical environment.
I think that used to be a lot more true than it is today. Today, there are also significant controls in place around some spending limits and thresholds where further checks need to take place. So again, there's going to be content, hopefully, in the white paper that allows that conversation to evolve. We know so far there are things that have proven very effective that we're doing in terms of being able to create an environment where harm minimization is a core part. But we also know that there are certain things that we're doing that is not having the effect of keeping sustainable play within a licensed environment. So again, that data that we're collecting is going to be hopefully very valuable evidence as the government now moves to consult on some of the specific issues they're looking to address with this white paper.
Now, we're told that there may be a 1% compulsory levy on gambling company profits to help treat addicts. I mean, bearing in mind what you've just said about being a listed company and shareholders having certain expectations of you, can you survive that?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the industry has made commitments to funding anyway, and we've been moving in that direction. For us, the most important thing with any monies raised in this way is that it goes to fund or continues to fund the charities that are doing very valuable work in this space already, and also that it funds truly independent and evidence-led research. That's a good thing for the industry. So we're not overly concerned with that.
A number of MPs have expressed concerns that the legislation may be watered down following campaigning by groups such as yourself. How much have you spent on lobbying?
Yeah, look, I mean, we have looked to engage with the government as this white paper process has evolved. That will continue to be true through the consultation. I think it's really important here to acknowledge that there's a very fine balance to try and strike with gambling regulation. It's a pastime that's enjoyed by millions and millions in the UK, and the industry will acknowledge that there are problems and there is harm that can be caused. but it's at very low rates. And even though, but that, the harm itself can obviously be serious and severe. But to get that balance right, to continue to ensure that sustainable play takes place within the licensed environment is really important. So we've obviously looked to engage and to make representation so far in the process, and we'll continue to do that.
Before I let you go, you obviously sponsor a number of football clubs, including Glasgow Rangers and Middlesbrough. How much of a hit to the business is phasing out that sponsorship going to mean?
Yeah, look, the Premier League have made a decision to take a voluntary change with the way that gambling companies can sponsor on the front of shirts. We're really proud of our model of sponsorship. We have two key aims when we sponsor clubs. The first is that we invest in the club and its community to drive benefit there. So our partners have been able to scale up a lot of efforts around mental health in their communities, etc. And the second is that we've used the most prominent assets to promote safer gambling behavior. We've gone from a couple of years ago somewhere between 20 and 30% of our customers using safer gambling tools to now well over 50%. And there's no coincidence there that we've been putting safer gambling messages and the use of control tools on the front of shirts, etc. So, we think that there are ways that football and gambling should continue to work together, and that can be for the benefit of the football clubs, and it can be for the benefit of their communities, but also for the benefit of achieving an environment that's sustainable for gambling as well.
OK, Neil, got to leave it there. Appreciate you joining me today. Thanks very much.